Hi, how are you doing? This is the Joker by Steve Miller Band. This is an acoustic arrangement put together here for you. This is in the intermediate part where you have chord strumming with a bass note strum, but also this is taking it one step further than the Crosby, Stills and Nash video where we had the bass note strum. Now we've got some 16th notes and a lot more interesting pattern here. So let's start off with the G chord. So it's down, down. It's like the bass note strum, right? But watch, we walk in. So we're going to walk into that C chord. And all the down ups are marked. They're 16th notes, so it has to be down, up on the 16ths, and then down, down, and then 16ths again. Down, up, then a D chord, and now 16ths. There's a couple things you can do for accuracy. You can anchor the palm of your hand on this first bridge pin, or in addition to, or instead of, you can take your fourth finger and anchor it down here like this, and that will give you a little bit more accuracy. I do a combination of both sometimes here. See that? I'm anchoring here, then I find myself putting my fourth finger there when I have to do multiple notes. You can see that there, but this here. I find myself doing that a lot, and I do forget to tell people that, and I see other players doing that as well, and it's something that I forget to say. If you're doing that, then I release. I'm anchoring at the bridge pin, down there. Something to consider. Now when you get into the verse part of the tune, it's a G, the chorus part of the tune. So that would be 1 and 2 and up. C chord, 1 and 2 and up. D chord, 1 and 2 and up. Back to C, 1 and 2 and up. And repeat that. Measure 9. Measure 11. Now the break part goes. Now you'll notice there's a lot of subdivision going on there. Why? Well, we've talked about it before. If you have 16th notes within song, which we do here a lot of, you immediately have to start subdividing every 16th note, even if it's a quarter note or a half note, because otherwise your hand is going to stop, and then when an and or something comes up, you say, oh, well, it's the and of 2, I'm going to do an upstroke. Well, if you're in a 16th note based pattern, the and of a beat is not an upstroke anymore, it's a downstroke, because 1 and 2 and, that's 8th note. But if I'm going 1 E and a, you can see how and becomes another downstroke, 1 E and a. So if I subdivide through, then I'm moving in the right direction here and I don't have to make a mistake. For instance, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Now that's, maybe it seems like a bit much to do, and I understand that. So you don't have to exaggerate them that much. You can go, just a little bit, but there has to be that bouncy motion to keep yourself in the groove of the song of the 16th notes. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. I'm going to put this on 52. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so you can see how that goes, and if 52 is too fast, just slow it down, accordingly. Now I'm going to go up to 70 and play through it and see if you can kind of keep up with me now. 1, 2, ready, go. Here's your 5. Okay, one thing I was going to say, as I was playing that, I realized I didn't tell you. When you have the bass note strum and we have a note like a G, for instance, and that's the first thing that we're going to hit, you'll notice two things. I'm not really putting my second finger down on the G chord. A lot of times I don't. It does sound a little fuller, but sometimes I just skip that. So the first thing you'll notice is that I'm kind of missing that. But the second thing, you should see that I'm putting this finger down first because that's what I play first, and then at the last moment I put this down. That kind of affords me a little bit of time, especially on the C chord. You see, and on the it's fine. If you're doing that kind of a bass note strum idea, don't feel like you have to get it all there at once. If you can, that's great, but that can give you a little bit of wiggle room to try to get the chord there and keep everything in rhythm. On the D chord, you'll notice from the C, look what happened in my hand. It immediately shapes the D chord and hovers above the string ready to play. You've got to, just like that. So if I was a student of guitar, which I still am actually, just working on harder things, but what you should do is this. Just stop and do that again. Hit the D string and shape that, look at that. And then I just drop. That's going to really help you in the future. I call that place it as you need it. You place, and then I need it, so I place it. Now again, you could go, I could do that, put it all there at once, but there are certain situations where you want to place it as you need it. I think it just gives you some more time. So it's an idea that you can kind of keep in mind. This is the Joker, Space Cowboy, if you want to think of it like that. Some people call me the Space Cowboy. It's a really nice example where you have chord strumming, G, C, D, basic chords, but you've got the bass note strum, and then you have 16th note picking of a little. So you've got to get that intricate picking stuff and then back to the bass note strum. I hope that's interesting, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.